Good morning. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt and with the American Orthodontic Society. And I have a interesting thing happened here. One of the students that I had in several courses happened to be in a study group in Dallas of oral surgeons and orthodontists. And this young lady came in to be worked on. And let me show you the problem that she had. We called it a scissor bite. I'll need to get my little pen out here. We'll be drawing on this a good bit. And let's go to see the first pictures of her. The upper teeth fit completely over the lower teeth down in this one. And it's similar to a case that we just did, and we'll put a link here where you can go to that case and see what we did. Now these teeth right in here could be moved over in this direction, and I'm not fussing at these guys. They've been taught that you can't actually move this section over, so they went in and extracted these 3 teeth and put implants that were leaning to the outside so that the teeth would meet. And they put another implant over on the other side, I think, to fill that. I have no problem with that. And just showing people that you can widen this out. Check this link at the end of this, and it'll show you the case we did where it wasn't quite as bad as this one, but we were able to take the teeth and move this group of teeth about nearly a half inch going over to the side to where they would contact the upper teeth properly. And let me erase this now and kind of show you what you have to wear. Like we put a Big Daddy arch wire, and it was going back on both sides, and it's pushing these teeth out, and it's pushing these teeth out. And you didn't want the ones on the left side of the mouth to go out. So what we did here, instead of these going out, we wore elastics from here on the bottom and came up and hooked them up on the buccal of the lower to the lingual of the upper. And then on this side, we used to hook the elastics on the lingual of the lower and round them out and put them up on the buccal of the outside. So the whole arch, as you widen it out, you push the whole arch to one side. In other words, you could just take somebody's teeth, and if they made it to fit the upper, you could slide the lower arch, all of it, over to one side by wearing these elastics like this. In other words, from the buccal of the side that's correct to the upper in here. As this is being pushed out, the elastics is pushing it in this direction. This elastics is pushing in this direction. The expansion of this Big Daddy arch in here is pushing both sides the same way now, but the elastics make the whole group go in this direction. So as you widen these teeth, this will get bigger, and it'll end up with the teeth in this side there. So check and go over and look at that video where we did that like years ago, and it's shown that all over the country. Now let's go with it. I'm going to show you what the people did. Now that's putting the arches together. They look even worse than they actually were. And this is a side that's fairly good, and they're going to put an implant in here, which is fine, and then they'll correct this back here. And then on the other side, they actually extracted these good teeth over here and put implants that were leaning out rather than try to develop the bone structure that's in the jaw here. So you'll have to go to this link and show this. Now, these are not my pictures, and they're not something that I have done, and I don't blame these people. They've been taught that you cannot move teeth out in an area where there is no bone, but you can do that. And so when you get through with this video, push that little button and the other video will come up, and we will show you how we did that very same thing, not quite as bad as this is right here. So here we go. These teeth are missed. We call that a scissor bite. The upper teeth are hitting out here, the lower teeth are here, and they miss each other. And so we go in. Now these pictures are some that I did not take. So here is where they put the implant, and they extracted these 3 good teeth on this young lady, and then kind of operated on the bone and kind of tilted it out, and then put implants going out like that so they came together. And they got the teeth together, but the bone structure is still where it was. And here they go in and fix the line in the upper and do the regular orthodontics and all that. Nothing, no problem there. Sorry for this. Now here are the implants. You can see just a little bit of the implants there where they took them. Let me show that on the x-ray. You can see it a little better. I didn't take these pictures, but here is the young lady. And now here we have the cephalometric drawing where they were positioning these teeth, and that's fine. So here is the case now. They put an implant here, and they put 3 implants over here where they had extracted 3 teeth, and then leaned the implants out so that they were out. They were able to take the bone structure and kind of stretch it over to the side and put these implants where they came in contact in that area. Now there are the implants, and there's a place kind of showing them. And here is the lady. After they finished it, they got the implant on this side, and these are the leaning implants coming into these teeth. And it looks great, and they were proud of this, and it's okay. But if you had to pay for this, my God, the implants alone, you could have done this with 1 implant and expanded this side over there. So you go down and check that link and show that case that we did years ago, several years back in there. So let me see, this looks good. And there's the teeth. Now these are the teeth that we would have wanted to move the bone over this way. So we put we had a case, we put a Big Daddy implant, and it went out like that. And we pull it in and hook it to these teeth. Now it will push as much this direction, and this direction will be exactly the same. So you'd have to line this up right in here, and you'd have to put some kind of elastic that came from here and go around and hook it on the upper teeth over here. In other words, the elastic is holding this in, and then hook these elastics here on the inside of these and go to the outside of the upper, and the elastics are pulling the whole thing in this direction, and the Big Daddy arch wire is expanding the whole thing, and it'll end up with these teeth underneath the upper teeth. And you do move teeth where there is no bone. You could have moved these teeth out like that. And check this out on the other case. And we've taken teeth and moved them, and the teeth go as long as the bone goes with them. I mean, kids have been doing this for years. We've got many cases. We've expanded the case, and you can see the teeth move with the bone. You move the bone as you move the teeth. If you put your thumb in your mouth and pries out like that, you'll move your front teeth out. I had a 45-year-old man expanded his upper teeth out where they didn't touch, just pushing a lozenge in his mouth with his tongue, and it moved those teeth out like that. You can widen this thing out, and you can widen this side and not this side by using those elastics, and you come in this way. Now, I don't think that the people doing this really understood that you could move the bone structure and the teeth together out. Of course, you wouldn't want to move the teeth out and leave the bone. You don't do that. People sucking their thumb, a kid moves his front teeth straight out if they would, and they still have the bone on them, see. Or these arches that we expand slowly with a palatal separator and things like that. We move the whole bone structure out. We've been doing it for years. And on these TMJ cases, we advance their mandibles and hold them in that place. So you can move teeth where there is no bone, but you just move the teeth and the bone out to that area. And go check that out. Just punch this little lead at the end of this video and it'll show you. Go to that case and show you that. Thank you for watching, and this is something that people in general do not know. I had a periodontist that just jumped up and down and said, "Oh, hey, you move the teeth out of the bone," and the teeth are not out of the bone. They're in there after you get out. It's just obvious they're there. And so check that out, and I hope it helps people anywhere in the world that want to expand their mouth. You can expand it, and you can move it one way or the other after you expand it or during the time you're expanding it. So I'm going to hang up and say goodbye, and I hope you sign up with our deal and join our groups, subscribe to it. So thank you now, and I'm going to close out, and I want to say goodbye.